And now for the final award today, the Sidney Powers Award, Memorial Award, will you please welcome to the stage citationist Ted Beaumont.
Thank you. For those of you in the audience who know John W. Shelton, you would know this about him. He is always quick to give others credit. If you ask John, he would tell you that he won the Sidney Powers Medal as a result of collaborating with many colleagues. Excuse me. As with all achievement, there is some truth to this sentiment, but John W. Shelton is the 2011 Sidney Powers Medalist because of a lifetime of geoscience achievements and personal contributions which culminated with AAPG's digital publication program. John Shelton had the vision to see the importance of digital publications to AAPG. He launched and nurtured AAPG's digital program to the benefit of members worldwide. Disseminating useful information is what AAPG is all about. Digital publications have accelerated that process, and John Shelton is responsible for its beginning. John's vision of a digital future for AAPG quickly settled on Geographical Information Systems, or GIS, and DataPages has become the only geologic publisher besides governmental entities to actually publish original scientific contributions in GIS formats, so the rapid dissemination and use is ensured. Perhaps his crowning legacy is the website Search and Discovery. What began in 1997 as an online research and demonstration project, Search and Discovery has become a leading geology and petroleum industry website. Until June 2008, there was no staff. John Shelton and 2 part-time webmasters generated all the online materials. Despite working 40 hours or more per week for over 10 years, John Shelton never took a salary for his work on DataPages or Search and Discovery. These were truly the labor of love for the science. John Shelton began his professional career with Shell Oil Company in 1953. He and his Shell Oil Company colleagues were the pioneers of the application of depositional environments. He was a developer of the concepts of growth faulting and its application to petroleum exploration. In 1963, John joined the faculty at Oklahoma State University, where he taught geology and conducted research. His greatest achievements are the legion of geology students that he taught, persistently encouraged, and ultimately inspired to successful careers in the industry and academia. He is the author or co-author of over 50 publications and nearly 30 other proprietary reports, all spanning more than 40 years of collaborations. And so, to John W. Shelton, distinguished scientist, teacher, and mentor, honoring a lifetime of innovative research, exploration leadership, and collaborative achievement in all aspects of petroleum geoscience, his vision of a digital future for AAPG and his personal contributions to the education and careers of many students and professionals have helped ensure that AAPG will remain vital and dynamic throughout the 21st century and beyond. John W. Shelton.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ted, for your kind and generous words. Many thanks also to my co-citationist and awardee today, Jim McGay, who, with Ted, nominated me. Thanks also to those persons who provided recommendations to the Advisory Council, and my appreciation to its members for the recommendation to the Executive Committee, and a special appreciation to President Rensick and the other members of the EC. I also want to wish to thank the AAPG staff members who have had major roles in making this a most memorable event for me. Receiving a Sidney Powers Award is a great high honor, and I'm deeply humbled and overwhelmed by it. I accept this award on behalf of the many outstanding persons with whom I've been associated during my career. It is a great honor to receive the award named for Sidney Powers, who, although he died at age 42, contributed so much as he led in the adoption and adaptation of the then emerging technology, seismic and electric well logging, and of a special interest to me, he was passionate about disseminating scientific information through AAPG publications and meetings. I stand in awe of being included with the 63 previous recipients of the Powers Award, 7 of whom I knew when I worked with Shell: James E. Wilson, Rufus LeBlanc, Bert Bally, Bob Snyder, James Lee Wilson, Fred Meisner, and Marlon Downey, and 3 others who I followed their work rather closely: Bill Fisher, Frank Brown, and Bob Weimer. Further, it's a great honor to be recognized along with these great geoscientists who preceded me in being presented to you today. It is very special to be recognized in the presence of my family, relatives, and friends. My career began with my marriage to Doris, my wife of 61 years. We were newlyweds when I enrolled in the University of Illinois as a poorly prepared graduate student. Doris has been my constant and continuous supporter while being a timely advisor and critic. She has been the wind beneath my wings. My parents and my 2 brothers and sister, I learned much from them in the way of values. One in particular is persistence. Doris and our children, Mara and Kyle, as well as my co-workers, are well acquainted with that trait. A persistent expediter rather than a source of original ideas better describes my career. Being associated with outstanding persons and unscheduled incidents led to unusual opportunities for me. Opportunities with Shell, many of which were because of James E. Wilson and Bob Nance, had lasting benefits. At Oklahoma State, I became part of an informal research group of several professors, especially Gary Stewart and Zuhair Al-Shaib, and graduate students, some of whom are present at this convention in prominent roles. Also at OSU, I met Paul McDaniel, who provided me with the opportunity to work on international research projects, resulting in my being associated with a large number of outstanding geoscientists and working with his core staff, especially Peter Wigley and Steve Allen. As Paul expanded his company, I worked alongside a group headed by Rick Fritz. During that time, I was introduced to spreadsheets, digitizing hard copy data, well logs, seismic sections, and maps. Existing publications were included, and now publication, including georeferenced spatial data, are online, as is search and discovery. Imagine all of AAPG's publication information and more are now at our fingertips, resulting from the decision of the 1999-2000 Executive Committee, Ray Thomason as president, to bring them into AAPG. In development of AAPG data pages, Paul McDaniel, Peter Wigley, Rick Fritz, Bob Weissman, and Ron Hart played vital roles in the archival library. Peter Wigley and Rick Fritz and Bob Weissman, Ron Hart also played roles in GIS drill, as did Peter, Jingyao Gong, and Mike Horn, and Ted Beaumont and Ron Hart and Larry Gherkin in search and discovery, which under the present guidance of Ted and Mary Kay Grosval last year posted 525 articles and received almost 15 million hits. After Rondi Martinson recently noted that a list of top papers is being compiled as part of AAPG's centennial celebration, it dawned on me that my career had spanned almost two-thirds of AAPG's existence. Publications of technological advances that have had lasting impressions on me came or have come just as I was comfortable with the then conventional thought and practice. Examples in the 1950s included hydrodynamic entrapment of oil, depositional environments in characterizing reservoirs, which in some cases show better than expected porosity with depth, general definition for the maturation of source rocks. Then in the 1960s and 70s, the advances were of larger scale and consequence: plate tectonics, seismic, and sequence stratigraphy, along with commonplace sea level changes. AAPG's first memoir on seismic stratigraphy sold like hotcakes, with individual companies buying copies for all their geologists. The Soviets even translated into Russian. Strike-slip faulting became important to the exploration in almost every setting, as did compartments and abnormal pressure. When I was using photocopying for data processing, geophysicists were ever improving their computer-based methods. Bright spots, their associated features, and now 3D and 4D seismic are the rule. Salt tectonics has advanced well beyond salt domes. What amazing technological advances were made in offshore E&P as it moved into deep water. I would never have guessed that the Wilcox would have been a reservoir in deepwater Gulf of Mexico. Unthinkable a couple of decades ago, now dense source rock is a reservoir developed by horizontal drilling and multi-stage fracturing. Think how important the dissemination of technical information has been in the advancement of our science, and imagine its expanded role in the future with publications, presentations, and georeferenced illustration in digital formats, multimedia, and all online. Yet information technology is continually changing. Someone has said that the presentation of data and information in digital form means that it lasts forever, or 5 years, whichever is longer. As we look ahead, the technical program and the exhibits this week give us a glimpse of the future. Indeed, the Hal Booty lecture tomorrow is entitled The Next Era of Exploration. My deep appreciation to those who have been involved in my receiving the Sidney Powers Award, and my sincere gratitude to my co-workers, students, and family who through the years have contributed so much for my benefit. Many thanks to all of you.